Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my highlighter collection. I'm going to be showing you guys all of the highlighters that I currently own. I went ahead and pulled out the tray that I keep in my drawer that keeps all of my highlighters organized and in place. So I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to start from this highlighter here, move all the way down, and then jump over to this row and go all the way down again. And then I'm just going to show you the few palettes that I own that are highlighter palettes, of course. So if this video interests you and you'd like to see what highlighters I currently own, please keep on watching. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and the first highlighter I should say that I have here is one of the Kiko Milano eyeshadows. So this is technically not a highlighter, but I use it to highlight because, oh my god you guys, this formula is so unreal. So this one here is in the shade 208, and this is one of the, I don't know what the name of the eyeshadow is, to be honest with you. I don't have the box anymore, but it's one of these shadows that you can use wet or dry. So I mainly use this dry, and I use it to highlight my face. And as you guys can see, it's a really pretty gold color, and look, that's one swipe and the pigment is so unreal, you guys. So it's really pretty. I love this color for my skin tone because it's gold, and normally like really light highlights or frosty highlights don't tend to suit me well, only because I am of a medium skin tone. But that color is bomb, you guys. It's always sold out. So if you ever come across like a Kiko Milano store at your local mall, which is where I buy my Kiko Milano stuff, definitely pick up this shade if you have my skin tone, or even if you're a little bit lighter or a little bit deeper than me. So again, this one is in the shade 208. In the Kiko Milano family, I also have this other eyeshadow. So it's the same texture. It's another one of the wet and dry eyeshadows, and this one is in the shade 200. And as you guys can see, it's really pink. You guys can tell that there's like a little dent there. Don't think that I did that. For some reason they come like that. And as you guys can see, that was one little swipe of that I picked up, and like look at how pigmented that is. So this one is a little bit more frosty and a little bit more pink in tone, but I don't mind it. I really like this formula. And I will say though that the pinky one, the shade 200, does have a little bit more like shimmer in it as opposed to the shade 208, which is the gold one. It does not have like big chunks of glitter in it. This one, the pinky one, does kind of. So that's why I don't use it a lot like on my face, but I really do like it like for whenever I want to be dramatic or I'm going out at night. Next, I have one of my ColourPop highlighters, and this one is the Super Shock Cheek highlighter, and it's in the shade Wisp. So there goes the name right there, and this is what the shade looks like. And I'm really shocked that I haven't like hit a pan on this completely, only because I do use it a lot. I really like it. It feels kind of like a cream in a way, and I like to use this with my finger. With a brush, I don't really like the outcome, and I can't really seem to pick up a lot of product when I try to use a brush. So I always just go in with my finger and then use it as like a base for my powder highlight, whatever powder highlight I'm using that day. But yeah, I definitely do like these. Next, I have a Physician Formula shimmer strip, and this one is in the shade Vegas Strip Light Bronzer. So this is what it looks like. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't really like it that much. So I went ahead and swiped my finger in it, and as you guys can see, it looks pigmented, but for some reason when I apply it to the skin like with the brush, it does not look like that. So that's kind of weird, but here it is right here. It's pretty, but it's kind of hard to pick it up with a brush. So I honestly would not recommend this to you if you're looking for like a popping highlight from the drugstore, because this is like 12 bucks or maybe even more, like $14, and for it to not pick up anything is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a rip-off in a way. Like there's better highlights that you can get from the drugstore for like less than half the price, where you won't have to like be struggling like with brushes like to see what's the best way to apply it. So anyways, this is another one of the Physicians Formula shimmer strips, and this is what this one looks like. It's the same price, and this one right here is the bomb, you guys. So It comes with a lot of different boxes with different colors. There is no chunks of glitter in this, so it's all like a really beautiful sheen, and on the face it just looks bomb. So whatever your skin tone is, you can mix these. You can, you know, just stick to one side if you're deeper, stick to just one row if you're lighter. Do what I do, I just mix everything together and it turns out so beautiful. And yeah, I really like this one. This comes with a mirror and a brush as well. God only knows what happened to it. I don't even have it no more. But anyways, I use my own brush with this and I love this. So if you were debating on getting either one of these are both from Physicians Formula, by the way, I would totally pass on this one and get this one because you can customize it to your liking and all of that stuff. So yeah, I have this from, I can't say the name of this brand, Palladio, and this is the brand here. And I found this gem, y'all, at Ulta. I was buying like Christmas gifts for people and stuff. Like, this would be a gorgeous highlight. The swatch of it here. Really like it. I just think it's a tiny bit too dark for me right now. I can't wait to get a little bit more dark like during the summer months so that I can be able to use this because it's really, really good. And this is called the bronzer. It's a baked bronzer, but to me this is definitely a highlight. So yeah, love this stuff. And this was super inexpensive. I think this was like $3 or something, so definitely a steal. Next, I have the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, and this is what this looks like. Bomb, you guys. This right here is the fuego. Like, from the drugstore, if you want a highlight that's not like too extreme, or that you want to make extreme with like Fix Plus or something, like by wetting your brush, this is the highlight to go with, you guys. So this is it here. So gorgeous. This has no glitter in it, no nothing of that nature, just a straight up natural looking highlight. So definitely love this highlight. And if you're looking for something natural, wherever they sell Essence, I get my Essence from Target, definitely check out this highlight. I don't know if they have other shades available yet, or if they do, this was the only one that I saw when I found it. So definitely love this stuff. And again, super inexpensive, like $5 or something. Next, I have the Sonia Kashuk Chic Luminosity Bronzer and Highlighter Duo, and this is what this looks like, and this is what the packaging looks like. And this is so gorgeous. I don't use it a lot because I'm not that into like pinky highlights, but nonetheless it's still a good highlight. So let me go ahead and swatch it here. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I don't use this side often only because it's really dark, but sometimes I like mixing the two, like in the summer months. I did that a lot last year and it was so gorgeous. It created like such a beautiful color. But yeah, this is so cool. Next, I have these two hard candy highlighters. So I have the infamous Tiki Baked Bronzer, and this is what the packaging looks like for it. And this is the bronzer, aka highlighter here. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it right here, and it's just so cute. Again, I feel that this here has like the same formula as this Essence bronzer. They don't have any sort of shimmer or glitter in there, and it's just such a beautiful sheen. It just looks so natural. So definitely recommend those if you're looking for like a good drugstore highlight. And next, from Hard Candy as well, I have this Blush Crush Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Honeymoon, and it's really pink. And as you guys can see, when I bought this, I intentionally got it for blush, but it was too light for me. So what I use it now for is as a highlight. And there it goes right there. Clean off my hand because I'm running out of space here, y'all. Next, we're going to move on to the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer. So this is the packaging for this one here, and this is also baked, and this one is in the shade Fantastic in Gold, and I love this. The only problem is that it's a little bit too bronzy for my skin tone right now, but during the summer months last year, like I said, I was wearing this all the time because my skin tone was a little bit more deep than what it is right now, since right now it's like the winter time, you know, there isn't much sun or whatever. So definitely can't wait to pull this out again when the summertime comes around. Next, I have some more Wet n Wild highlights. So I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. So this was limited edition, but I was able to get one of these for myself when they had it on the website. But I'm hoping that they bring it back, because Wet n Wild be doing that where things are limited edition and then they bring them back. So this is the swatch for it here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And yeah, so really like that one. I also have both of the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders, and this is in Precious Petals, and then this is in Crown of My Canopy. So I'm not going to swatch these only because I'm trying to save time here, and I have a full video on these, so I'm going to go ahead and link it down below for you guys in case you guys want to check it out. And also Wet n Wild, first off, let me just say this, Wet n Wild be having like the bomb highlights. If you're ever looking for a really good affordable highlight that is gonna have like bomb quality, definitely go with Wet n Wild. So this one is the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Hollywood Boulevard, and this was a part of the Fergie collection, but I think that they like totally changed the name to this, but they still have this as a permanent item in their line. So this is what that looks like, and it is just so gorgeous. So as you guys can see, like the little pattern that it has like pink, brown, and like yellow, but when you swirl all the colors together, it just comes out as gold, straight up gold. So definitely loving that. Next, I have the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer, and this was so affordable, y'all, and it is so beautiful. So again, this has no sort of glitter in it, but when you swirl all the colors together, you get like such a beautiful shade. So I went ahead and put it down here. So this is again one of those like natural type of highlights where you don't want to look too crazy, but you still want some type of highlight. We're moving on to the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Illuminators. I have two shades. I have the shade Golden slash just Golden, and then I also have the shade Rose. So I'm not gonna swatch these only because I don't necessarily like them a lot. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the formula. Like, these here do have like some pieces of like glitter, and I don't really like that in my highlight. But for the most part, I also don't like them because I think they're kind of pricey. I think these are like in the $10 price range, and when you can pay $3 to get something like this, which is matte popping, I think that you don't really need this, you know. So that's why I'm not going to swatch them. So I don't really like them. So if you see them, it would be on you to see if you like it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So next, I also have another Physicians Formula highlight, and this one here is in the shade Beige Pearl. And oh my god, you guys, this has sentimental value, I guess you can say. I don't use it on my skin tone. I don't reach for it ever, but I don't want to like part ways with it, only because it was like my first highlight that I ever got, because I was too busy watching YouTube videos, looking at recommendations, and people were saying that this was a good highlight, which it is. It's kind of natural, to be honest. It's here, but I don't know, like I just don't like it on my skin tone. It's not a bad highlighter though by any means, but I don't know, like I just don't really like it. But it's like my first highlight ever, so I'm just like probably never gonna get rid of it. So that's that. Next, I have over here two of the J-Cat Beauty highlighters. So I have You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter, which is in the shade Twilight. Oh my god, you guys, so bomb. Every person I've ever showed this highlight to like falls in love with it. The pigment is so unreal, and these are so affordable. So this is that right there. Can you guys believe that? Look, oh my god, so bomb. And then I also have the Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer, and this is in the shade Coconut Island. And this one here looks like that. And again, this is one of those like wannabe bronzers, but come on, y'all, how is somebody gonna bronze with that? Like, anyways, it's a pretty highlight. I don't use it a lot, but I like it for like my inner corner when I don't want nothing too dramatic. But yeah, anyways, these J-Cat Beauty highlighters are really good quality. So again, or if you're looking for something affordable, you can get J-Cat Beauty online at Ulta. So that's cool. Next, I have this Inglot sparkling dust face for the face, eyes, and body, and this one is in the shade 02. And I'm not gonna open it because it's gonna make a mess, but it's just like a yellow gold type of shade, and this one has a lot of like shimmer, so I like to use it mostly like on my collarbone and my shoulders whenever I wear like a shirt that is showing my shoulders and my collarbone. So that's what I like to use that for, and I'm probably gonna get more use out of this during the summertime. Next, I'm gonna show you guys my MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling, and this again was limited edition. I don't remember off the top of my head what collection this is from, but it's just a gold highlight and it's really beautiful, but I just don't use it a lot, only for the fact that it's limited edition and I'll probably never be able to get it again, so I don't touch it ever, only like on really special occasions. But either way though, I mean, like if I was to ever like break this, the Lord forbid, something really similar would be the Wet n Wild highlight in Hollywood Boulevard. So they're very similar in color. Of course they're not exactly the same, but I mean, it's whatever, it's really similar. And then also I have the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator, and this is in the shade Gilded Honey. And this right here, y'all, is so tiny. It's probably my smallest highlight, and it was so expensive. So again, it's just the gold highlight, and here they are swatched next to each other. So this one here is Oh Darling and this is Gilded Honey, so not exactly the same but very similar. So if you were never able to get this and you wanted something that was similar to it, get this from Laura Geller, because this is permanent and it's just like almost the same thing. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Galactic, and this is the only Galactic highlighter that I own, and this is in the shade See-Through, and this is the Luminous Face Veil. So this is what this looks like. This comes with a mirror, really pretty. I've only worn this twice, you guys, and it is so gorgeous. So here it is swatched next to these shades, and I'm so funny, you guys, because like almost all of my highlighters look the same, but I can guarantee you they're like a tiny bit different. Next, I'm gonna move on to my MAC highlight, and this is in the shade Beaming Blush, and this is also one of the Extra Dimension skin finishes, and I love this because, like, let's see if the camera will pick it up, you guys. Hold up, look, it like shifts into like a goldeny color. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but let's go ahead and swatch this on my hand. Oh my god, so it swatches like gold. It's this one here. It's not doing its little shift on camera, but in person I could see it perfectly, and it is so gorgeous. Out of all 4 shades of the new Extra Dimension skin finishes, this was the only one that caught my attention the most, so that is why I have it now. I'm so annoyed, you guys. I can't seem to finish my video because my neighbors are like over there doing God knows what the hell, and they're making so much noise. But anyways, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator, and this one is in the shade So Hollywood, and I got this like 2 years ago. Oh my god, it's like one of my first few high-end highlights that I ever purchased, and it is so bomb. And again, this shade is just like Gilded Honey and like Oh Darling. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it here, and oh my god, you guys, almost all of these gold shades are exactly the same. So if you were never able to get one or the other, just don't even worry. Like, there's so many dupes out there. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my 2 Becca highlighters, and I have Champagne Pop. We all know what this looks like, and it is so bomb. Every time that I wear this highlight, you guys, I always get asked like what I'm wearing. I went to the movies with my boyfriend like last week on Tuesday, I think, and the girl at the front was just staring at me, right? And I was like, oh my god, is she like talking shit about me in her head or whatever? Like, I kind of looked away because I'm not like a dramatic person. But no, was I mistaken, you guys? I felt so dumb afterwards, right? But all she wanted to know was like what highlight I was wearing. Like, she wouldn't stop staring at me in the soul, you guys, and I never looked at her. I just kind of could tell through like my peripheral, like, oh shit, she's staring at me, you know. And I was just like, all right, whatever, you know. I just kind of didn't even look her way, and then she goes, excuse me, and I look up and she goes, like, can you please tell me what highlight you're wearing? And I was like, yes, girl. I was like, I told her, right, I was like, this is the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. And she's like, what? And I'm like, do you have a pencil? I can write it down for you. And she's like, oh yes please. She's like, where can I get it? I'm like, just like at Sephora and stuff. And she's like, okay, thank you. She's like, it's really pretty. And like, you guys, like normally people don't do that, like where they compliment you, like they'll probably just keep it to themselves. But when someone can compliment you, like a girl can compliment another girl, dude, we need to be like best friends like right now. I really appreciate that in a person, like when they can just speak their mind, because a lot of people won't do that. Like what if I'm a bitch and I'm like, I don't want to tell you, or I ignore her, you know? And I'm like nowhere near that. Like I might look intimidating, but I really am not. I'm like so friendly. But yeah, anyways, I wrote it down for her and she was like, thanks. And I just said thank you. She's like, oh, it looks really nice. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I just walked away, whatever, you know. But yeah, anyways, this highlight, you guys, the Champagne Pop, is just fuego. I also have Opal and I like it, but I don't like it as much as Champagne Pop. And this is the swatch for Opal here. I like it. It's cool. It's cool. Next, I'm going to show you guys my only highlighter that I have from the Balm, and this is the Mary Luminizer. If you saw my IMATS LA haul for 2017, you guys saw that I hauled this, so I picked this up at IMATS. And this highlight, you guys, is just crazy. I have it here, up here. It's funny how in the viewfinder all the highlights look the same, but like they're not the same. Next, we're gonna move on to my cream and liquid highlighters. So I don't have too many, you guys, but I have a few. So I have the Master Strobing Sticks by Maybelline, and I have the shade 100, which is light iridescent. And then I also have the shade Medium Nude Glow, which is the shade 200. And love these highlighters. I have a full-on review, demo, and swatch on these, so I'm gonna go ahead and link that down below so that you guys can check it out. But again, I like to use these as a base for whatever powder highlight I'm gonna use that day. And then I also have two of the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminators. I have the shade Rose and I have the shade Golden. So I have both of these shades because I also went ahead and bought the powder highlights, which I showed you guys earlier, which is these here. And to be honest, if I had to recommend one over the other, I would definitely go with this. I love using these in the summertime, like on my shoulders, like on my arms, like just anywhere where I'm showing some skin, because I do like to wear a full face of makeup during the summertime, even though it is so hot. But like it kind of looks awkward when you have a full beat face and then like your body's just like bare. So I like to throw these on because they're kind of glittery, and yeah, they just complement everything and just tie everything together so that I don't look all weird, like why am I so beat from here up and then like my skin is just doing nothing. So that's why I like to use these for. And yeah, I like them so much. And also I have two of the Sonia Kashuk, what are these called, Cheek Luminosity highlighter sticks, and I have the shade 45 and the shade 43. So this is what these look like, and I'm wearing this today underneath my powder highlight. And oh my god, you guys, the powder highlight that I'm wearing today is the Hollywood Boulevard by Wet n Wild. So this is the highlight combo that I'm wearing, and really like these. I prefer this color over this one, and the only reason is because this one doesn't have any glitter in it and this one does. So yeah, I guess it'll all just be like personal preference. If you are debating whether or not you should try these out, I would go with this one because it doesn't have glitter. Like I said, it's just a sheen, and this one has a little bit of glitter. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're out there getting some. So I also have the NYX Bright Idea Illuminating Stick, and this one is in the shade 7 Pearl Pink Lace. And I don't like this, you guys. When these came out, I was so excited. I was ready to like buy all of them, but like look at how pink this is. This is just ridiculous. Like it's like technically almost a blush. Like some people could like legit pull this off as a blush. Like had I been a few shades lighter, this would have been a freaking blush for me. But I don't know, keep that in mind. I haven't tried any of the other shades. Maybe it's just this one. I should have known because of the cap, but I thought it was gonna be more like more pearly, I guess, not like straight up just like a baby pink. But anyways, I guess I should try more before I start judging them way too soon. And yeah, we shall see. So the last cream highlight that I have is the Benefit What's Up highlighter, and this is what it looks like. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with this already, and this is the bomb, you guys. But I can't afford to be spending $30 on a cream highlight all the time, so I really like it though. It's really pretty, blends really well, really smooth. But yeah, I got this in a little kit, I guess, I don't know. Came with a Hoola bronzer, it came with that, and then it also came with something else, I just don't remember right now. But yeah, anyways, I've had this forever and it's lasted me a long time. Of course, I don't use it every day, but when I do use it, I'm just like, oh my god, it's so good. So if you are also debating on whether or not you should get this, I'd say you get it. It's pretty good. Next, I'm gonna show you guys here in my Z palette, I have two highlights, and I have these two highlighters from Ofra Cosmetics, and they're the Dupe That collab, and I have the shades You Do You, and this shade here is more of like a peachy melony type of shade, and this on anything, you guys, is a straight up dupe for Champagne Pop from Becca. So if you can't afford that, or you don't want to splurge $38 on a highlight, don't even trip, girl. Get yourself some You Do You from Ofra Cosmetics and you're welcome. Next, I also have the other shade that they've created, and this one is You Glow Girl, which is more of like a pinky highlight, and I'm not going to go ahead and swatch them because I also have a video on these on my channel, which I will also link down below. And yeah, go ahead and check those out if you want to see like a full-on review. But just so that you guys know, I really like these highlighters, some of my all-time favorites. Next, I'm going to move on to my NYX Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette, and this is what this looks like. I also have a video on this if you guys are curious. I got this last year at IMATS, so IMATS of last year, 2016, and I really like it. This shade is really similar to this shade here in the corner. So again, if you want something similar to this and you want something where you can like pick up in store, because Ofra Cosmetics, I believe you can only order online. At least that's where I got my items from Ofra, is online. You can pick this up like at Ulta or at Target or something, and yeah, you get a bunch of options. And like I said, I have a full-on video on this palette, so I will also link that down below so that you guys can check it out if you guys are interested. This is pretty new to my collection. This is probably like the most recent highlight I have purchased. This is the Flower Beauty Cosmetics Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette, and this comes with 3 shades. So this is what this looks like. This also came with a brush, but I don't even know what happened to my brush. But yeah, the packaging is really cute, and it comes with 3 highlights, and I like all of the shades. The only thing is that I gravitate more towards the golden shade. Go figure with all of the golden highlights that I have. But yeah, look, these are the swatches. Very pigmented. Look at that. Gorgeous. This is fairly new, so if you see this like at your local Walmart, that's where I get my flower stuff, my flower cosmetics. I would pick this up if I were you and you were looking to invest in some good quality drugstore highlights. Last but not least, I know that this video was like super long. I didn't intend for it to be this long, but anyways, the last highlighter that I have, or highlighter palette I should say, is the Glow Kit in the shade That Glow. And I also picked this up last year at IMATS, so I've had it forever. And look, you guys, the pans are still so full. I am obsessed with these. I love the fact that it has 4 highlights for $40, and look at how big these pans are, you guys. You can also stick these into like your Z palette if you're like traveling, or if you only like a few shades and you don't care for this bulky packaging. You can always pop these into Z palettes because these are magnetic. And yeah, you guys, my 2 favorite shades that I use the most are Dripping in Gold and Bubbly. They look very similar in the pans, but they are a tad bit different. Dripping in Gold is a little bit more gold. So yeah, anyways, this is one of the first glow kits that came out, if not the first one. And yeah, I really like it a lot. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters. They're just really good in my opinion. that is it for my highlighter collection. I hope that you guys liked my video, and if you guys were able to stick through it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you guys have any further questions about anything that I went ahead and featured today, go ahead and leave it down below and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. And I will also be listing all of the products that I mentioned in the description box so that you guys can check them out if you guys are interested. With that said, I don't have anything else to tell you guys except thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.